It's been dubbed miracle water by the company that makes it, the ultimate antioxidant that can actually reverse some health ailments.
Hi folks, Dr. Bob McCauley, the media in a news story trying to tell us if ionized water is healthy or not. Alkaline ionized water, that's what we have here. And is it a scam? Well, you know, how many people have actually tried it? If you actually try it, you're going to find out whether it's a scam or whether it's snake oil. You'll find some people in this piece actually have tried it and what they think about it. And then we'll see somebody at the end who I'm sure has never tried it, and he denounces it completely.
Well, I thought it was weird, you know, at first.
Well, I don't know if I really thought it was weird, but it wasn't really explained to me very well at all. The people who were promoting it back then when I started drinking it, this is back in 1995, it would be 22 years ago, you know, they didn't know what it was. They just said it was alkaline and it was really good for you. It was an antioxidant, and they couldn't tell me why or how it got to be that way or anything. So, yeah, I thought it was a little unusual. I started testing it out, and when I finally figured it out, I said, wow, this is absolutely amazing. I couldn't believe I'd never heard of it before, but it was pretty new in the U.S. still back in those days.
And then I saw this demonstration. It was, you know, amazing to me. I had a lot of pain in my hands and my fingers. I have arthritis that went away like within a week.
McKenna is also a breast cancer survivor.
I will have a much better chance never to get cancer again as long as my body is alkaline.
Well, this is anecdotal evidence, you know, she's offering. My arthritis went away. And I'm not saying that happened or it didn't happen or anything, but this is the kind of thing that people, you know, will take something like that and says, well, you know, we don't really know. We need a study. Well, I'm all for studies, and I like science, and I like scientific studies, but I say if you know anything, watch any of my videos on how I feel about studies, they're just not the end-all and the be-all in the universe of what the truth is, because in the end, as far as I'm concerned, you can find a study to prove or disprove anything you want. And if you got enough money, you definitely can do that. Somebody spent millions of dollars or $500 million or whatever to prove that alkaline ionized water works or it doesn't work or it's healthy for you. I don't know exactly how you would prove it one way or another, but what we have is, you know, I have 20 years of testimonials, and of course I have the fact that I've sold tens of thousands of these units through the years and never had anybody, you know, ever come back and say, hey, I started using this and I was doing pretty good, and then my health just fell apart after I got the water ionizer. That's something that just never happens. I was doing well, I started drinking the water, I feel lousy. I sell it by the gallon. I mean, people come in here and fill up 3 and 5 and 15 and 20 gallons at a time. Nobody ever comes back and complains. And usually nobody says, you know, I really don't see any kind of a difference. I mean, they usually see a difference in the water. You know, we can always find studies to do anything, and again, if you want to wrap your whole world in that, you're never going to, you know, determine whether alkaline ionized water is really healthy for you or not. And since it's the media, and of course the media is just so fair and balanced, where do they have to go out and they have to find someone to denounce this alkaline ionized water. So where do they run to? Well, they got to run to the medical world, the medical establishment. They went and found a doctor. You know, how much nutrition and classes and study, how many hours of study do doctors have again in medical school?
That's how many?
Yes, that's right. They have none. But they'll tell us all about nutrients and nutrient absorption, and you know, if your pH has got to be at a certain level, or you won't absorb nutrients, and you're putting all this alkalinity in there. And here we go again. He makes the statement, you know, your stomach acid. The idea, folks, I'll say this, I've said it many, many times before, the idea that your stomach pH is just down here, 2.5, just ready to burn a hole in anything in the universe. Okay, if you were able to stick your finger in there, you know, and get right through and touch, you know, you just come out and you'd have no more fingers. I mean, this is the implication. And it simply is not true. You're producing hydrochloric acid if you're still young, because when you get over, you know, most people 40, 50, they don't have hydrochloric acid anymore. It stopped working. But you should be producing hydrochloric acid when you're chewing your food and it's just little drops of hydrochloric acid that are a pH of 2.5. So that doesn't mean your stomach's down here 2.5 all the time, just waiting for anything so it's going to burn a hole in it. I make the point all the time, if nothing could survive that, well, we wouldn't have any bacteria ever get into our digestive tract, or we wouldn't have stomach flu or stomach virus of any kind, because the stomach acid would just eat everything up immediately. And that's just not what's happening, okay? So, of course, I recommend don't drink water around mealtime, because you don't want to upset your digestion. You don't want to upset the hydrochloric acid and the enzymes that are being produced and all this kind of stuff that's going on. But the idea that, changing your body pH will not absorb nutrients, where do you get that from? I don't even know how to refute it other than to say it's just, that's pure conjecture. And what I always find interesting is, where do they run to? Well, it's the only place they know to run, in the media. They run to the medical world, and they found somebody to denounce it. So my question for the people that denounce it, have you drank it? People love to hear this doubt. It's too good to be true, so it can't be true. And so they hear the doctor, and okay, so that guy knows everything. He's got a PhD. He's got a medical degree. He went to med school. What do they study in medical school? They study medicine. You think they're studying alkaline ionized water and what the effects of alkalinity are on the body? They don't study that. Nobody's done those studies. Say, if you want studies of alkaline ionized water, folks, they're out there. Get my book. I've got, I've got like 30 pages worth of studies that I have in my book, Miraculous Properties of Ionized Water. I mean, and this was years ago, and there's more and more all the time. Do we really have to have studies to prove things? Do you have to have a study to know that raw fruits and vegetables are really healthy for you, or that spirulina and chlorella are really, really healthy foods? You don't need studies for this, but people always want to go back to that because, in the cooked food world, and in the processed food world and the way most people eat, then you get into these nuances of diet and all this kind of stuff. And suddenly, your studies become relevant because, well, I got a study showing this and I got a study showing that. In the end, try it yourself. I've said how many times I'm a naturopathic doctor, a master herbalist, certified master herbalist, a certified nutritional consultant. 80%, maybe 90% of what I know about health is what I know through experience. So you can stick your nose in a book all you want, but in the end, it's the experience, it's the herbs that I've taken that I can recommend to you. It's the foods that I've eaten, it's the diet that I've been on, and it's the water I have put in my body for all these years that I can tell you, here's what I've had incredible results with. Again, my blood work comes back perfect every time I have the opportunity to try it. It comes back just perfect, and those are always my results. And so when I drink alkaline ionized water for 22 years now, I just want to tell you this stuff is amazing, and it's made me, really one of the key things, one of the key ingredients, key tools that I have in my health arsenal that keeps me so healthy and keeps me so healthy.
There are no state secrets in medicine. If something is truly miraculous, we would all be using it.
Not only have you used it, have you ever tried it? I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, the raw food diet, puts your body into incredible health. Now, has the medical establishment accepted that, and is everyone in there using it? The answer is no. I mean, they can't even agree whether a vegan diet is healthy for you or not. Go look at the documentary What the Health, and you'll find out about the vegan doctors, the ones that promote it, and the rest of them are like, oh, you don't have the studies for that. And even when they put diabetics on a vegan diet and their diabetes go away, that's not enough. What do they need? Well, they need studies. And where do you get studies from? You get them from the medical establishment, but you get them from the pharmaceutical world. As for the most part. I mean, these studies can really, really be stilted and really be slanted. But there's something out. If it was really something, we'd all be using it. You got to be kidding me on that one.
I mean, how many hours of nutrition training did you get in medical school or medical training?
That's how many.
Thanks again, guys. They always manage to sum it up for us, don't they? Dr. Bob, I'll see you next time.